Most of the decisions you made today were not actually yours. That's a heavy sentence, and I know it lands weird the first time you hear it, but stay with me for a second. From the moment you woke up, your brain was running a silent background program, checking, scanning, calculating, not what do I want, but what will people think of this? You picked that outfit not because you loved it, but because of how it would land. You stayed quiet in that conversation, not because you had nothing to say, but because you did the math on how speaking up would make you look. You ordered something different at the restaurant because the person next to you ordered first. And suddenly, your original choice felt wrong. You've been living your life for an audience that mostly isn't even watching. And the terrifying part is, you've been doing it so long, you've started calling those borrowed choices your personality. This is what psychologists call social thinking, and it runs so deep in the human brain that most people never once in their entire lives stop to ask where their own actual thoughts end and the crowd's thoughts begin. Your brain did not develop social thinking as a flaw, it developed it as a feature. Humans spent hundreds of thousands of years in small tribes, where being rejected by the group didn't just mean awkwardness, it meant death. No food, no shelter, no protection. So, your brain evolved to be obsessively, almost painfully, aware of how the people around you perceive you at every single moment. Psychologists call this the sociometer theory, the idea that your self-esteem isn't actually a measure of how you feel about yourself. It's a real-time radar system constantly measuring how accepted or rejected you are by the people around you. That is why a single cold comment from a stranger can ruin your entire day, even when 20 people said something kind. Your brain isn't broken. It's running ancient software in a modern world, and the update is long overdue. But here is where social thinking stops being just a quirk and starts being something that quietly controls your entire life without your permission. Psychologist Solomon Asch ran an infamous experiment where he put people in a room and asked them a simple visual question: which line is longer? The answer was obvious, completely clear, not even close. But when the other people in the room, who were secretly actors, confidently gave the wrong answer, about 75% of real participants went along with it. Not because they were stupid, not because they couldn't see the truth, but because the social pressure of disagreeing with a room full of confident people felt more dangerous to their brain than saying something they knew was factually wrong. That experiment wasn't about vision. It was about how deeply uncomfortable the human brain finds the experience of standing alone in what it believes. And if that happens in a lab with a simple line on a piece of paper, imagine what it's doing to your actual life, to your career decisions, to your relationships, to the opinions you hold, to the dreams you've already quietly abandoned because the people around you didn't seem impressed by them. This is what psychologists call groupthink, and it doesn't only happen in boardrooms and cults. It happens at your family dinner table, in your friend group, in the comment section you scroll through every night. Silently absorbing a version of reality built by strangers who don't know you and don't care where your life actually goes. The most dangerous version of social thinking isn't the obvious one where you change your outfit because of someone's comment. The most dangerous version is when you start to pre-edit yourself, when you kill an idea before it even fully forms, because somewhere in the back of your mind, you've already run it through an imaginary audience and gotten a disappointing response. Most of the things you were capable of, the conversations you should have started, the risks you should have taken, the version of yourself you kept almost becoming, never happened because of an audience that existed entirely inside your own head. So how do you actually start thinking for yourself inside a brain that was literally designed to care about what others think? The answer psychology keeps coming back to is not to stop caring altogether. That's not realistic, and honestly not even healthy, because human connection is real and it matters. The answer is to get ruthlessly specific about whose opinion has actually earned the right to influence your decisions. Psychologist Bren Brown calls this the small square of paper. The idea that the only opinions that should carry real weight in your life are the ones from people who are also in the arena with you, who are also trying, also failing, also showing up every day. Everyone else, the crowd, the comment section, the cousin who's never taken a risk in their life but has a fully formed opinion about all of yours, is just noise dressed up as feedback. Start making the distinction between the people in your life who genuinely want you to grow and the people who are most comfortable when you stay exactly as you are. That distinction alone will quietly change every decision you make going forward. You were not put on this earth to be a reflection of other people's comfort. You were put here with your own mind, your own instincts, and your own specific life. And the moment you stop outsourcing your thinking to a crowd that has nothing at stake in your story, you will feel something that most people only experience in rare, fleeting moments. You'll feel like yourself. If this gave you something real today, share it with one person who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Daily Dose of Knowledge. Because this channel exists for the people who actually want to understand themselves